There are two majestic birds, ravens to be exact, which go by the names Huginn and Munin. These birds were so beautiful that everywhere they went, and boy did they go everywhere, people would turn their heads skyward to catch a glimpse of their glossy black feathers. You see, Huginn and Munin weren't normal birds. They were the pets of a great man, nay, a great god, Odin. Odin sends them out every day to gather information from whispered conversations to the loudest protests from every part of Earth. One day, Huginn got very sick, unable to move his weak wings. Munin became very worried for his brother, so he decided to look for some nuts and berries to gather. The forests he came across were barren, flourishing in a lack of berries or nuts. This was so strange. He flew these forests every day, and he knew they were usually bursting with sweet strawberries, blackberries, and so many other fruits. It took him a whole hour before he realized where all the berries had gone. In the middle of a clearing there sat a massive pile of berries. He approached slowly, looking around to see if someone was watching, but as soon as he caught a whiff of the juices, he pounced, and instantly wished he hadn't. With a snap of a rope, a net wrapped around Munin's body in seconds, leaving Munin trapped inside, cawing weakly for help. Back at home, Huginn lay in bed, crowing weakly while waiting for his brother to return. However, many hours had passed, and still no sign of Munin had appeared. "Where are you, brother?" Huginn thought. Gathering his strength, he attempted to push himself up off the blankets, but only fell back down with a huff. He wasn't going to be able to find his brother. No! Huginn refused not to go after him. He would not give up on Munin, and if he hadn't returned by now, it only meant he was in danger. He would find him. Huginn somehow found the strength he needed, and he pushed himself off the blankets, feeling himself take flight out into the open air. Out in the open air, Huginn searched tirelessly for his brother. He upturned rocks, asking worms if he'd seen them. He begged every fish in the rivers all around. "Please help me! Have you seen my brother? Please help me! Help me! Has anybody seen my brother?" Everywhere he went, he asked everyone, but no one could tell him where his brother was. Suddenly, a weak caw arose from the trees, catching Huginn's attention. There, he thought, sweeping through the forest canopy, he flew towards the sound and caught a glimpse of a black lump struggling the net rope. Huginn called out to his brother, who swiveled his head towards the sound. Upon seeing Huginn, he gave a happy, relieved shout as Huginn swept down and began pecking at the rope. Munin wanted to ask how he'd found the strength to get out of bed, but he himself was too weak to talk. He clawed angrily as the ropes refused to give in, when suddenly a loud crashing sound of someone walking through the woods came around. Huginn began to flit around in panic. What were they going to do? Someone was coming and he couldn't free Munin, but he refused to leave him there. Huginn realized that the only thing he could do was to stay by his brother's side until the end. The tall grass slowly parted to reveal a worn-down but powerful-looking Odin. Huginn and Munin gave out a caw of relief at seeing him. Odin jerked back in surprise and realized that the bird flying around his head was Huginn, and that Munin was trapped in the hanging rope. He quickly started forward and cut Munin free, catching him as the berries tumbled around him. Odin swatted playfully at the birds flying around his head as Munin joined his brother in flight. Suddenly, Huginn gave a weak caw of pain and his body tilted to one side as he fell to the ground. Odin stooped down to gently pick him up off the forest floor, cradling him in his arms. Chuckling, Odin scolded, "Well, that's what you get for having so much fun while you're sick. However, you did save your brother's life, and you should feel proud of yourself, Huginn." Huginn just smiled at him and fell asleep contentedly in Odin's arms.